Hello everyone and welcome. Would you like to work temporarily in the United States? If so, you might be interested in learning more about the H-2B visa, a work visa that allows you to enter the country legally and perform seasonal work. In this video, I'll explain what the H-2B visa is, its advantages, and most importantly, how to find a sponsor or employer yourself. So stick around and let's get started. Hello, I've been asked by many friends repeatedly about this type of visa, which is why I'm making this video to provide as much information as possible and clear up any doubts. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now and click on the notification bell. So, what is the H-2B visa? The H-2B visa is a visa program that allows U.S. employers to hire foreign workers for temporary non-agricultural jobs. Now, why do I say non-agricultural? Because there is a specific visa for agricultural jobs, which is the H-2A visa. But we won't be discussing that visa now. So, what activities can you do and in which sectors can you work? The highest demand for workers under this visa type is in the hospitality sector, restaurants, and resorts, where you can work as a cook, dishwasher, tour guide in a recreational park, or as a waiter/waitress. Another sector you can work in is transportation, primarily as a driver, maintenance worker for cleaning, and construction as a laborer, among others. What are the advantages of the H-2B visa? One of the advantages is that it allows you to work legally in the United States for a determined period, which can vary from a few months to up to 1 year, depending on the duration of your contract and visa availability. You can also apply for visas for your dependent family members, such as your spouse or children under 21. They can accompany you during your stay in the United States, but they cannot work. Another advantage is that you have labor protections provided by this program. For example, you're entitled to a market rate salary, a written contract, as well as working in safe and healthy conditions, and you can report any abuse or fraud without fear of retaliation. And the most important advantage for me is that you don't incur any expenses. How so? With this type of visa, the employer assumes responsibility for the visa process and transportation from your country to the United States. All you have to pay for is the embassy appointment fee. Oh, and I almost forgot. Another advantage is that the employer also provides housing for you, which you mostly share with other H-2B workers. Let me know in the comments if you want me to make a video outlining the step-by-step process of obtaining my H-2B visa here in Peru. At the end of the video, I'll tell you another advantage of this visa that, personally, I haven't seen mentioned by agencies or immigration lawyers, so if you're interested, stay tuned and keep watching the video. Now, how can you find a sponsor or employer to hire you? Here, I'll show you 4 ways to find a sponsor yourself without needing agencies, so stick around and let's get into it. I'm glad you've stayed for this part of the video because the most important part is coming up. I'm going to show you 4 websites where you can find a sponsor or employer in the United States. The first one is the USCIS website, which is a page from the US government, an official page. Let's scroll down here and find this small box, where you'll see some checkboxes to refine your search. Here you can find the fiscal year, the employer's name if you have it, or if you're looking for it, you can also click here. The occupation you're looking for, the industry of the company, or you can search by state. You can either filter these or directly click on the state on the map where you'd like to work. For example, if we click here on Florida, we'll see all the companies that have filed petitions for H-2B visas. As you can see, there are many companies, mostly in the hospitality sector and clubs, and here you can see the number of beneficiaries, meaning the total number of approved H-2B workers. How do you find the employer? Simply click here, you'll see the full name, then search for it on Google, and from their website, you can send an email offering your services to work with that company and wait for a response. Now, I'll show you this website, which is actually very good. It's not a company that works with H-2B H2B visas outside the country or with J1 visas both inside and outside the country for extensions. I found my extension in Florida through this website. So, I'll show you how to find an employer here. In this case, we click here on Submit Your Resume to upload your CV or your data, so to speak. Down here, it will ask us what type of visa we require. In this case, we'll choose Out of Country, which means outside the country. As you can see, there's J1. Well, this is for citizens, and this is for in-country, for extensions, when you're already in the country. So, for those outside the country, click here on Out of Country and start filling out all the fields. They'll basically ask for your information, passport photos if you've traveled to the United States before and with what visa, and where you'd like to work, just like the other website by states. So, this website is very good, and I highly recommend it. The other website I wanted to show you is Indeed, a well-known website for job searching in the United States, Peru, and in all countries, really. Here, we'll type in H2B and hit enter. It will show us job listings with that filter. Here, you can find positions like line cook, which is mainly for the culinary field. As I mentioned before, the hospitality and restaurant industry is in high demand, so there are many opportunities. Here, it's easier because you just click to apply and upload your CV, and that's it. Simple. Then, you wait for them to call you. But you also need to be very persistent and patient while waiting. Now, I'll show you LinkedIn, which I assume you already know. It's like a professional networking site specifically for jobs. Here, we go to the jobs section, type in H2B and United States for the location, and it will show us countless job listings. For example, here we have food runners, cooks, servers, dishwashers, and even ski instructors, for instance. So, there are many opportunities available, not only within the country but also outside, and in this case, a ski resort. So, baristas, housekeeping, there are many ways or methods to find a job. It's just a matter of searching and being actively involved and checking regularly. I didn't consider another page as a website per se, but it also helps a lot, and that's Facebook. Make the most out of Facebook as well. In this case, I joined this page for H2B outside the country, where there are also individuals seeking jobs to come to the United States through this visa. For example, here's one. This is another page to find employment, which we can also do out of the country, and there are individuals or companies posting job openings for which you can apply. And don't forget that I'll leave the links to all the pages we've seen in the comment box so you can visit them and see for yourselves. Now, it's time to tell you the most important advantage of the H2B visa. You can request an extension or change of status within the country and stay for up to 3 years. Yes, friends, up to 3 years. How can you do this? Well, take note. When you're already working with your employer and your contract expires, for example, on October 31st, you can start looking for another employer to provide the extension without leaving the country. So, when your contract ends on October 31st, you can start in November with your new employer and a new extension. This is very common in the United States because it's much more economical for employers to hire H2B workers within the country than to bring them from abroad. In conclusion, the H2B visa is an option for those who wish to work temporarily in the United States in non-agricultural jobs. If you're interested, make sure to research further and follow the necessary steps. Well, that's all for today. I hope this video has been very helpful to you. And if you have any questions, comments, or experiences to share, leave them in the comment box below this video. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.